and welcome to the 2024 Dodge Hornet. This is the GT trim, and you have two trims to pick from, GT and RT. And let's get the specs out of the way right now. The GT means gas. That's the 2-liter Hurricane inline 4, 295 pounds of torque, 265 horse. Jump over to the RT. That means hybrid. And the way that Dodge has done it is they've said, you know what? We could sandwich an EV here. We could throw in a CVT there, get the product we need, but that's boring and kind of lame. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna shove the EV motor by itself in the back. Makes it all-wheel drive that way. Then you have a 1.3 liter, I think it's a Tiger Shark based 4-cylinder in the front. It has about 10 more horsepower and almost 100 more foot-pounds of torque at 383 foot-pounds of torque. That also means in the gas flavor, this one, 0-60 in 6.5 seconds, quarter mile in 15.3, not bad. All these stats are here to tell you that this subcompact category does not need to be boring, and that's what Dodge is all about here. They've taken a concerted effort to make it cool and make it fun, and it's actually the first electrified Dodge product ever. So instead of making it boring, they've come out and said, let's make it fast. Let's just do it that way. I appreciate that. You also have a traditional 6-speed auto with a torque converter, which means no rubber band feeling when you're driving. That is the biggest deal here. I just can't express that enough. So let's grab the camera, let's walk around, I'll show you some details. Okay, here it is. This one has the 18-inch wheels and the gray paint. This is kind of, let's be honest, this is the not exciting version. There is a track pack available that will give you 20-inch wheels and Brembo 4-piston brakes. You also have, on all models, Coney adaptable dampers. Even this one with the base wheels, it has adaptable shocks on all 4 corners. If you've been in the tuning world, you know Coney. They've been doing street performance for ages. I've run them in the past. They're a great shock. They get it done. They're right there in the vein with Bilstein and those guys. Very good options. The Hurricane 4-cylinder actually has a 9-speed auto. The hybrid has a 6-speed auto. So, but either way, you're keeping that automatic transmission. That's pretty cool. So let's talk screens. Dodge is very important to point out, not only does it have screens inside, how much of it do you have? And I asked about screen sizes. This is 12 and change, this is 10 and a quarter. You put it together, it's 22 and a half inches of screen size. For some reason that matters today, and Dodge does not miss that a bit. Tangible switches down here, USB, USB-C, e-parking brake. You actually have a volume scroll knob, and then you have your ESC off and your parking sensors there, cup holders. Something I want to point out, this being the GT trim, you end up with leather interior, good bolstering. If you go up to the RT trim, you get Alcantara Seating, which is going to be more your performance pack, and that's pretty neat. I love the dial to shut the vents off here. That's pretty cool. If you have seen our coverage of the Alpha Tonale, I hate to break it to some people over at Alpha. This is kind of the same thing. This is just more affordable and more fun. Starts at $29,000 and goes up from there, but that's a good place to be. Has a top speed of 140 miles an hour. Look, your Honda CR-Vs are not going to have those stats. They don't care about that. They care about MPG, which I'm sure this has some, but I just love that Dodge has not lost what makes it entertaining. All right, so let's check out the rear as well. Center armrest, you guys know I love that. Now this is a seating position in my seating position. I'm not gonna fit behind me very well, but there is room for your rear occupant's legs and their feet to go under the front seat. So there is an opportunity there, even if it's a tight segment of car. In the back, we've seen this band before, but Dodge has never done one this thin, and their new logo branding is just the dual stripe, and it's lit up, which is really cool. Looks good. If you remember Chargers and Challengers, they had that band. This one's just narrower and looks sleeker, I think. In the rear, you have your storage underfloor. I love this clip. It actually holds it up. So if you're on the side of the road, you have options to get your stuff and not have your head hit, which is kind of nice. Let's look under the hood. Again, at the front, that's your center logo. There's no Dodge wording. That is the branding, and also emblems. There's your Hornet right there. If you get a blacked out trim, that will be blacked out as well. That'll be a trim option. And most importantly, hey guys, Honda, are you listening? We have vents. These work. Are they meaningful? I don't know about that, but that doesn't matter. The point is that they're actual real ducting vents. That's a big deal. Down here is the Hurricane, and the turbo is right on top. We've driven this motor a lot in Wranglers and other things like that. You've seen this thing before. This reminds me of the 2.2 liter turbos from the 80s that Mopar was doing with Shelby. The airbox reminds me of that so much. I love it. Used to be a carburetor up here, but the turbo was in the back, but now it's up front. Looks pretty cool. I dig it. I'm excited about this because it's going to be an entertaining version of the segment, and can't wait to see how this thing drives in the near future. Stay tuned for all of our stuff here on TCC Truck, and we will have more on this before you know.